Marshall's first season as a new member of the ACC wrapped up last episode with a big win against number 7 Pitt in the ACC title game, and it punches our ticket for the third time in this series to the college football playoff. We now turn our attention to the postseason as we look to defend our national championship from season 4 and prove that we are not a one-hit wonder program, but a legit force to be reckoned with in college football moving forward. I'm Kimbrough Plays, let's go. Despite all the team's success last episode, we cannot forget about the other big news. James Fuqua used that conference title game performance to finish off his Heisman run and get the trophy. First one in school history, and it cements his place as the best player in college football today. He's a Marshall legend and one of our best recruits of all time in the series. Super happy for Fuqua, but the job is not done. It's time to focus on the playoffs and gear up for a Rose Bowl game against a longtime nemesis in this series, the Arkansas State Red Wolves. 5 p.m. start time on January 1st for the granddaddy of them all. Meanwhile, on the other side, number 2 seed Florida and number 3 Northwestern will square off in the All-State Sugar Bowl at 8:45 on January 2nd. Looking at our game, Arkansas State finds themselves in the playoffs for the first time in school history. They are 13-0 and champions of our old conference, the Sun Belt. B- rated in all 3 categories, but they've been a top 10 team in points per game, total offense, and total defense all season. So it is a very balanced team that has dominated lesser competition all season long. The Red Wolves got a good win against 4-loss Texas A&M in week 2, but they didn't face much else the rest of the way to get here. In fact, no team on their schedule has less than 4 losses on the season. So some real questions remain on just how good this team is considering who they've played. As for us, Marshall has faced significantly better competition this year. Year 1 in the ACC was really strong all season as teams ate each other alive. We got wins at Florida State, in overtime at Miami, and at home against Clemson. Those stand out. And of course, a big 25-point win against a top 10 ranked Pitt just last week. I think we've proven how good we are this year. Now it's just a matter of going out there and not beating ourselves. Butch Jones, formerly the head coach of Cincinnati in Tennessee, he has revived his career in his time in Arkansas. 10-3, 11-3, and now 13-0 in the college football playoff. The game is giving him an A+ prestige, and I think that's pretty valid. He's gotten these guys to buy in and play really hard. Mims, Stevenson, Neighbors are the Red Wolves' best players. It's a decent roster, especially in the Sun Belt, but I'm really worried about their offensive line. No one on their O-line is in the 80s. That absolutely could be a problem for them. I feel like we've seen this a lot, but they have 2 quarterbacks that we also have to think about. Wyatt Begiel was their starter last year when we faced them in the Sun Belt title game, but he has been overtaken on the depth chart by fellow 5th-year senior 81 overall Carson Tomapo. 6'4", 185. Both of them are scrambler skill sets, but neither of them have elite arms or elite speed, so I'm not sure how dangerous they're actually going to be, but we got to think about them both. Pasadena, California. It's always weird in the playoff era for the Rose Bowl to be a semifinal game versus just a standalone bowl game. Either way, Marshall is in the building. Last season, we got the 27-14 win in the Sun Belt title game, rushing for 230 yards and fighting off a 5-turnover performance on our end. We're going to need to be much cleaner today as we look to go back to the national championship game for the 2nd year in a row. Let's get into it. Marshall's going to get the ball first as this ball is in the air and the Rose Bowl college football playoff semifinal is officially underway. Eric Love running up the seam gets this one out just shy of the 40. That's where Marshall's going to start. Good little 29-yard return for Eric Love. Fuqua in shotgun on first down, bringing Bass into the backfield. Little split zone action going to Ethan Payne. He's got 6 yards. Fuqua under center, 2nd and 4, had pressure in his face, escapes the pocket, gets outside, takes a hit, falling forward. Now at 3rd and inches, it's a simple give up the middle to Ethan Payne as it opens up nicely. He's got 11. Marshall converts, we're across the 50. Little slant route to Tommy Chambers, 14-yard reception. Beautifully done by Chambers getting separation. And we're already inside the Red Wolf 30-yard line. Good D here by the corner, bringing down Ethan Payne on first down. Now it's a 2nd and 8 as we fake the bubble screen and get outside. James Fuqua in a foot race, and he's going to win it. 27-yard touchdown run as Marshall gets down the field and scores in quick succession. This was the same play that we ran last week against Pitt and scored on. This fake bubble screen action, and we end up getting all the blocking, and we get the numbers advantage on the outside, especially if the quarterback's going to run it. This time, Fuqua takes it to the house. 7-0 Marshall. Hot start for the boys. We love to see it. Arkansas State giving to Stevenson in shotgun. He's going to fight off a couple guys, and he's going to go down. Tomapo giving up the middle to Guerrero, their running back, as he fights off a tackle. He's got 11 and a first down. But a really nice start for Marshall. Obviously, anytime you move the ball down the field and score on your opening drive, you got to feel good. Tomapo looking deep down the sideline, and Hardiman intercepts this one. Third play of the day for Arkansas State as Hardiman returns this one across the 40, just shy of the 35, and Marshall is set up. Our redshirt senior making a huge play in the college football playoff semifinal. Hardiman in his zone coverage. He's just kind of out here lurking. It's a little cover 3 shell, and we were never not there. Eyes in the backfield the whole time. Tomapo just throws this one underneath, and it's really a bad decision. Marshall's got it back. First play after the turnover, sweeping right to Payne, who gets hit very hard. 3-yard rush as we have the ball back, and it's only 5:40 in the first quarter. Is Fuqua's going to get hit from the blind side and get sacked. Sets us back on a 3rd and 13 as we look left on the corner route. It's William Matthews shrugging off a tackle, and he's going to score. 41-yard touchdown reception, William Matthews. And just like that, Marshall gets on you. 14-0. Man coverage, simple corner route. We fight off the tackle, and no one else is back there to play defense and track down William Matthews. And we are in. 2-score lead. Game's not even 3 minutes old. Man, what a dream start for Marshall as Tomapo lobbing. There's no way. First play of the second drive, and he's going to throw this one right to Ryan Young. And honestly, if it wasn't Ryan Young, it was going to be picked off by somebody else. This was a horrible decision thrown into traffic by Tomapo. He's 0 for 2 on the day with 2 picks. It might be time for the backup already as Ryan Young, Mario Sanders, a bunch of guys were all up in the way. I can't believe this. Set up inside the 20. Third possession of the day, already up 14-0. It's a quick little screen play to Ethan Payne, picks up 8. 2nd and 2. Little short play action. Small rollout, lobbing to the end zone. No way. This one's picked off in the end zone by Roberson as he returns it out across the 25. We were looking for Tommy Chambers. This is frustrating. I don't know why Fuqua doesn't lead him into all this red space. I tried to throw it with the anticipation, and he just kind of leaves this hanging inside. I click on to Chambers to try to fight for the ball and get all discombobulated. Ends up being an easy interception, and that one's frustrating. Tomapo, and it's a drop on first down. Looking for Guerrero out of the backfield. Okay, well, the turnover, the second interception happens, and unfortunately we don't get any love as Tomapo breaks this one open. I can't even finish what I'm saying. Corey Brown tracks him down, but he goes for 59 on the quarterback zone read keeper, picks up 2 huge blocks on the outside against our secondary. Luckily, Corey Brown has the wheels to track him down, but Tomapo tracks this one for 60 yards, and Arkansas State, quickly how this game has turned. Malik Neighbors, their top wide receiver over the middle, 11 yards, and they're set up inside the 5. I was going to say we jump out on them, no big deal, even though we turned it over, but look at this. 4 plays, Howard Guerrero up the middle, shakes off the tackle of Malcolm Folk, and as quickly as we thought this was going to be a rout, it's now just a 1-score game. We've barely played half of the first quarter. Marshall's got it back after our interception in the red zone. 2 yards to Ethan Payne, and the momentum is absolutely shifting. This one thrown to Walker. He fights off a tackle, and he's got some room. Running across the midfield stripe, now across the 30, inside the 20. 52 yards for Lew Walker. What is happening in this first quarter, y'all? Lew Walker takes the contact on a ball that was a little high from Fuqua, and then it just opens up for him, and he gets on the horse. Marshall back into scoring position. Hopefully we won't turn it over this time. From the 16, about a 9-yard drop and drifting by Fuqua. He throws it to Armstrong, who gets hit hard, but he bounces back up. 2nd and 2. Armstrong's going to move across the formation. We're going to go ahead and give this one inside to Ethan Payne. He's got the first as he shoves back a defender. 4-yard gain and a first down. 1st and goal, pressure coming, and they're playing really good defense. Honestly, quarterback contain was all set up. We're going to have to just dump this one. Now a 2nd and goal. Little zone read keeper, and Fuqua Fuqua's going to walk in. Doesn't get much easier than that around the red zone. 4-yard touchdown. I didn't have a chance to say the last time we were in the red zone, I don't know why Fuqua left that ball inside. I tried to throw it with anticipation. I wish he would just miss wide. He left it inside. And obviously Arkansas State turned it around on us with quick succession as Tomapo's got it back in his hands. He's 1 for 5 for 11 passing yards, 2 INTs, but a 60-yard rush that set up their score. 2nd and 10, they tried to go speed option and it's going nowhere. Josh Hardiman has the pick and now a TFL. 3rd and 13, quickly over the middle to Walker. Daniels and Sanders combine on the tackle. Amari Walker has 12. He needed 13. And Arkansas State quickly with a 3-and-out. They have to punt. Play action on the first play of the drive. And check out this glitch as Fuqua is going to get sacked. Look at this glitch. This guy just like jitters out of the way and suddenly is in our face as we look to scramble. That unfortunately sets us back. 2nd and 17, Fuqua feeling the pressure, gets hit as he tries to make a play, and we're quickly to a 3rd and 17 as both defenses start to settle in now. 38 seconds left to go in the first quarter, excuse me. This is a 3rd and 17. Tommy Chambers is going to get 18 as he fights along the sideline. Simple out route, he turns that into something. Ethan Payne now cutting it back across the grain. He's got 9 yards. 2nd and 1 as we're across midfield. Little power play running left to Payne. He's got 6. Gets the first down, but I wish he had a little bit more speed. Start of the 2nd quarter. Fuqua drifting, looking, downfield, nowhere to go. Gets outside of the pocket, cuts it back on the scramble, gets tripped up. He's got 11, and he's going to get the first down. 1st and 10, 7-step drop. Now throwing to Armstrong over the middle, fighting, stumbling. He's got a first down. We're set up inside the 10 again. Now at the 9, 1st and goal. Payne up the middle. He's got about 5. 2nd and goal from the 5. As we run stick concept, but it's man coverage, and they lose track of Fuqua. 5-yard touchdown run. James Fuqua into the end zone for his 2nd rushing touchdown on the day. And Marshall, basically through 1 quarter of play, 4 touchdowns on the day already. 28-7. Arkansas State's going to have to keep pace. They're going to have to keep making plays. They find Hayes over the middle here on 1st down. 2nd and 2 upcoming. Tomapo going to get drugged down by Hardiman, but he does get to the sticks. 1st and 10. Little draw play to Guerrero. Stratton does a good job slowing him up. Minimal gain. Now a 2nd and 7. They go zone read keeper again with Tomapo, but Daniels is out there. Misses a tackle. He has to get drugged down by Jermaine Johnson as Carson Tomapo. We said he was a scrambler type. He has really hurt us. Kidd, the fullback in the game in shotgun. He's got enough for the first down. They give him forward progress to the 30. Tomapo giving to Guerrero. Finally the run D steps up. That's Jermaine Johnson getting the TFL. As the Marshall run game has not done well along the perimeter, especially with all of these zone read plays as they find Ryan. I thought for sure Folk was going to undercut that one. I was hitting triangle to try to do it. 3rd and 4. They fake the bubble screen. Now they go slant to Walker, who drops it. Big time drop there on 3rd and 4. It's going to bring out the kick game. 4th and 4. They drill it, and we've got a 28-10 game here in the Rose Bowl, which has been wild through the first quarter and a half of action. 5 minutes to go in the first half. Fuqua has the ball again. Getting outside of the pocket, feeling the pressure. Flipping his hips downfield, and what a dot to William Matthews. 33-yard gain. Fuqua now 8 of 11 for 190 yards passing. Matthews just working the over route. Keeps himself available for his QB. Fuqua with a good throw finds it. Ethan Payne up the middle. Chopped down after 4 yards. 2nd and 6. Now, looking deep downfield on the left side, William Matthews again into the end zone. This is the William Matthews drive. 37-yard touchdown reception for Matthews. He has been elite, his 2nd on the day. He's been abusing this cornerback number 41. We targeted him pregame. He has no speed. William Matthews gets off the press coverage, and he is into the end zone. G's to that guy. 35-10, 4 minutes to go in the first half. As we get this one back up into the air, Ryan going to settle under it, gets a good block on the outside, running up the sideline, catches a couple more good blocks. It's a pretty good return, 36 yards. Eric Love finally knocks him out, gets them across their own 35. Guerrero on the draw play on 1st down. He's going to get hit by Kerryon Martin. TFL 4 yards. Now a 2nd and 14. Marshall not getting home despite the zone pressure as they find Neighbors on the sideline. Really good comeback route, strong throw. Guerrero fighting off a tackle of Young. He's got 5 yards. We should have had him in the backfield. 2nd and 5. Tomapo looking to tuck and run quickly, and he's going to go down. He's going to get sacked. Really good play there by Paul Stratton, who's had a nice first half. 3rd and 7. Hardiman into the box. Now they run stick concepts. Oh, Smith is able to break this one up. I thought he was going to get the pick. Dayton Smith, the 5th corner. He finally gets his hands on the ball, breaks it up. They have to punt it away. Marshall's got it back. Ethan Payne getting to the outside. 65 yards, almost 6 per carry for Payne in the first half. And that's about what he's had. There's 6 yards again. 2nd and 4, 2 minutes to go. Fuqua feeling a little bit of pressure, getting outside of the pocket. Not a lot of options, just going to slide down, take what he can. First down. We're going to take our first timeout of the drive. 2 timeouts left in the first half. Fuqua drifting, looking right, deep throw on the sideline to Tommy Chambers. It's good for a first down. Tommy Chambers having a good first half as well. Armstrong across the formation. Fuqua well protected, throwing deep down the sideline. Hey, John Bass. It's a John Bass sighting. His first catch of the day. This is a corner route as well, but this is a beautiful pitch and catch as he keeps his toes in, really keeps his heels in, completes it down to the 15-yard line. We get got for a false start. I think that was Brian Justice, the right guard. Sets us back 5 yards. Now we're at the 20. We get it all back and then some. Ethan Payne up the middle for 10. 2nd and 5 now. Fuqua underneath the Payne on a little check down. Made him spin. We're going to take our second timeout as we've got a 3rd and 3 with a minute to go. Little 5-step drop quickly over the middle. John Bass can't keep his momentum to go forward. It's going to leave us with a 4th and inches. 1 timeout left, 36 seconds. Marshall's going for it. Ethan Payne powers over the first down line as we're aggressive here, trying to punch another one into the end zone. 25 seconds. Fuqua looking, drifting, feeling the pressure. Is he going to keep it? He chucks it to Chambers, who gets upended. Coming back to the ball, it's a 4-yard loss. Coach Mayo's pissed. We're going to take the timeout. 2nd and goal now. Fuqua looking deep right in the end zone. 3rd touchdown of the first half. William Matthews, have yourself a day, sir. We catch him in zone coverage. I think this is a little cover 2 with a rolled up corner. Nobody follows Matthews into the back of the end zone, and Fuqua finds him. Beautifully done. We're super efficient down here in the red zone despite that early pick. It's a 42-10 score. My goodness, Marshall pouring it on. I think they're going to just try to run out this clock as they get 5 from Guerrero. And actually, they do decide to take the timeout. 7 seconds left. I'm not sure what else they're going to have. Tomapo feeling pressure. Lobbing out to the sideline. Malcolm Falk has it. Can he return it? He breaks a tackle at the 30. Can he get across the 20? Gets hit by Tomapo, and I think he gets into the end zone. I'm looking for the score to change at the bottom. There's a flag down. Pass interference by the defense, and I'm not going to lie, y'all. I get confused here. I'm not sure whether they accept the penalty or decline it. I accept it. They count it as a pass interference before the ball was intercepted. So they give the ball back to Arkansas State. We don't get the touchdown, and that's how the half ends. So technically, that should have been an INT. We should have declined it. It did say touchdown. I only caught it when I was editing. When I was playing the game live, I did not notice that. So Malcolm Falk's pick 6 to end the first half is not going to go on the scoreboard. So I'm going to owe Malcolm Falk something after the game because I did him dirty not reading the menu screen. But nevertheless, Marshall 42-10. Huge first half, and to be honest, we're in cruise control. We got to make sure we protect ourselves, make sure they don't make a comeback. Second team defense is in the game. Guys like Smith here, the backup middle linebacker, Hairston, the backup outside linebacker. Aside from a couple cornerbacks and DBs, it is a completely new unit, and they come out here and make a statement on the first drive. 3 and out, a horrible punt on the first play of the possession. Cam Fancher is into the game as we start the 3rd quarter. So is Casey Smith. We're going to jump around here just a little bit because this game is already pretty much in control. Cam Fancher over the middle. William Matthews still in the game. Takes a big shot. He's got a 10-yard catch. A few plays later, though, it's a 3rd and 13 as we find Casey Smith, who spins and gets hit and fumbles the ball. That's frustrating. Just trying to do too much on a 3rd and long, trying to make a play when it's not there, gets hit, loses the ball, and it is recovered by Arkansas State. So we're going to squander an opportunity with the second team unit to get a score on the board. Guerrero and Arkansas State, all their starters still in the game. He does a good job fighting off a tackle in the screenplay. Gets the first. Tomopo still in the game as well, tucking and running, but four-star freshman defensive end Ron Davis able to shed his blocker, bring down the quarterback for a sack. 3rd and 10 after a short pickup on 2nd down. A lot of motion in the backfield as they look to set up the screen. Tomopo flips it out to Hayes, misses one tackle, stumbles forward. He's got 8 yards, but it's the 2nd straight possession ending in a punt this half as the 2nd team D continues to play well. Casey Smith in the game, Cam Fancher and the 2nd team out there. 3rd and inches, Fancher lobbing. It's William Matthews who's having an unreal game. He's got the 1st down as Marshall converts 6 catches, 150 yards, and 3 scores. We need to get that man some Gatorade, get him out of the game. 2nd and 8, we're lobbing to the end zone. Tried to get a jump ball to Chancellor Bright, gets knocked down by the DB in the back of the end zone. Leaves us with a 3rd and 8. We're setting up the screen and all, it's perfectly blocked. Casey Smith juking upfield. He's going to be just a yard short. We're going to keep the offense out there, finding Cedric Britt over the middle, 10-yard reception for the tight end of the future, I might add. 2nd and goal, get stuffed on 1st down. We're going to go to Casey Smith on 2nd and goal. It's a 1-yard touchdown run. Easy money as we add to our lead, 49-10 as we start the 4th quarter. Marshall well in control. Ron Davis, check out that move. Bringing down the quarterback, just smacks the right tackle out of the way, finds the quarterback. That is the future right there. When Aiden Hubbard graduates this year, Ron Davis is going to have a huge sophomore season as the starter. 3rd and 7, Davis bringing pressure again. Tomopo to Stevenson, the tight end. He's going to be 4 yards short, and it's another stop by this Marshall 2nd team defense specifically. I keep calling that out because these are the backup dudes doing work. There's Fancher on a spin move. It's going to get us to a 3rd and 6 as we're nearing the 6-minute mark of the 4th quarter. Over the middle, Chancellor Bright still in the game. 17-yard reception for Chancellor Bright. A few plays later, it's a 2nd and 8. We're sweeping it to Casey Smith, spinning upfield. He's got himself a nice little chunk, 9 yards. 2nd and 5, we're giving to Smith again, cutting back against the grain. He's got 7 and another 1st down as we're at the 4-minute mark of the 4th. 2nd and 4, 3 minutes to go. We've been in chew clock mode this whole time. Smith to the boundary, keeps a foot in. Gonna leave us with a 3rd and 1. Now Smith up the middle, inside the 5. He gets to about the 2. He's got a 6-yard gain, and we're set up, knocking on the door again. Flipping the play, Cam Fancher, 2 minutes to go. Gonna give to Casey Smith. He gets in there easy. His 2nd score of the 2nd half in this kind of extended garbage time. Very well blocked by the backup offensive line from Marshall. And honestly, this has been dominant. 534 yards of total offense. They've ran 34 plays, only have 10 points to show for it. We've been swarming them all day. Tomopo giving to Guerrero. He gets hit very hard. Nice little run for them, though. Here's Tomopo on the keeper. Same exact play design. Hairston tracks him down. Under 40 seconds to go in this one. Tomopo, we're just playing for pride at this point. Don't let him score again, boys. 19 yards right after his 17-yard rush, as Tomopo has done so well with his legs, but that's about it. His early interceptions really hurt them. 10 seconds in, counting. Tomopo throwing. This one wild. Corey Brown in there on the coverage. 7 seconds. Can Marshall lock it down from the 11? Davis kind of jumps offside. I was user controlling him. Montgomery to the sideline. Gets the INT. Technically Tomopo's 4th of the game if you count the other ones. This one's not going to count as we were offside. But Tomopo has thrown us the ball a lot and put it in some bad spots. An untimed down here in the 4th quarter. To the back of the end zone, Tomopo wild misses. And that is how the game ends. 56-10. Marshall, dominating performance by the Herd today. It really should have been 63-10 if I correctly declined that offensive pass interference at the end of the half that confused me. I owe Malcolm Folk a steak dinner for taking his INT and his touchdown off the board. But a really great effort today from a talented Marshall team, and I think this really shows the gap and the growth of this program since we left the Group of 5 conferences. We are firmly a top-tier Power 5 program now who just beats up on this lower-tier level of team, and we're only trending up with the strength of this recruiting class that we have this year coming in as well. I mean, when your Heisman quarterback only plays the first half, you're probably playing pretty well. He still scores 6 times, gives us 300+ yards of total offense combined. The Marshall D holds them to just 261 yards, with a bunch of that in garbage time with the 2nd unit in. They only go 1 of 7 on 3rd down for the entire game. We get 3 sacks, 4 interceptions if you include the ones with the penalties. The defense set the tone in this one, and we are now one game away from getting back-to-back national titles. Marshall got it done, but we got to figure out who we are going to face. Let's look at the other semifinal matchup, Florida and Northwestern. I'm actually surprised by this screen. This Florida team is only a B+ overall. I mean, that's still solid, but this is their third trip to the playoffs in a row, and this might actually be their worst team of all three. Northwestern a B-, and clearly they have put together, on the flip side, their best team in many years. 13-0 Florida, 3-point win on the road at a good Kentucky team in week 4, a huge home win blowout of number 5 Georgia in late October. It was probably their best performance on the season, but they did pick up 2 good wins against Florida State and Texas A&M to close out the year. Northwestern also 13-0 coming into this one. They beat USC, who, remember, was struggling out of the gates in their first season of the Big Ten. They get 2 good road wins against Nebraska and Wisconsin, and then they got a good win last week against Penn State in the Big Ten title game. But honestly, their schedule allowed them to avoid Ohio State and Michigan. I know both of those 2 teams were down this year, but in terms of the best talent in the Big Ten, they didn't have to face it. So let's see just how good they really are. And it's the Florida Gators barely hanging on to win. 28-26 over Northwestern. That is the final score of semifinal number 2. It was 28-13 after 3 quarters, but a big 13-point fourth quarter comeback from the Wildcats sees them try to get all the way back, but they fall just short. They have a failed 2-point conversion attempt with about 10:55 left to go in the fourth quarter, and when they scored again with 3:26 left, they were unable to tie it up after that. Northwestern really gave Florida a game as the Gators ended up losing the turnover battle 2-0, but they're able to do just enough to hang on and win the Sugar Bowl. Del Rio Wilson is still their quarterback. He's somehow still in college. He had a big day with 4 touchdown passes and 282 yards. So the national title game is going to come down to 2 teams who are making it a habit to get here. Florida won the title in season 3. They lost to us in the semifinal in season 4, which of course we went on to hoist from there. So both teams are fighting for the right to this little mini dynasty run, and we're going to figure out who is the most dominant team of this window in the next episode. Marshall is back playing for the ship. Florida and our Thundering Herd square off next episode in what you know will be a banger. I'm fired up for that one. Thank you guys so much for watching this one. Be sure to like and subscribe so you do not miss a video. You do not miss this national championship game. Take care of yourselves. Tell somebody you love them. Peace.